Welcome back, boys and girls. Now it's read aloud time. So, boys and girls, we said that this week we are talking about zoo animals. Last week was all about farm animals, and this week is all about zoo animals. Next week, it's getting exciting. We'll talk about another group of animals. But for today, since it is a Friday, and today is the last day of distance learning for this week, week two, we are going to read, or I'm going to read to you the entire big book. Remember the big book we had Monday and Tuesday? We had the big book, the informational book called Welcome to Zippity Zoo. So I'm going to read the entire text or the entire book for you. So let's get ready. Let's have our listening body ready, not just your eyes watching me, not just your ears open and listening to me, but the whole body. You need to focus on this one because you're going to learn a lot of information about zoo animals. We said that this is an informational book, right? So let's get ready and let's learn about zoo animals. Okay. Boys and girls, this was your book. This is called Welcome to Zippity Zoo. The author is Ms. Pam Schiller, and the pictures were taken by Miss Rachel Barkovic. Okay, let's open that book now. Welcome to Zippity Zoo. I'll just read the text, boys and girls, and listen for important information about zoo animals. We read this book Monday and Wednesday, but we didn't read everything. So now is the day to read everything. Welcome to Zippity Zoo. Look at those gorgeous zoo animals. And boys and girls, before we read this one, let's just have a review. Why are they called zoo animals? If you said that these animals are kept at the zoo because they're wild, then you are right. These animals are called zoo animals because we can't have them as pets. We can't have them at our backyard. We can't have them inside our house. So they are kept at the zoo. And I think most of the animals we're going to see here are from far away countries like Africa. Like we said, the lion is from Africa, right? So these are zoo animals we see at the National Zoo or whatever, wherever zoo you would like to visit. So let's look at this book now. Welcome to Zippity Zoo. Let's take a trip to Zippity Zoo so I can introduce my friends to you. There are lions and tigers and kangaroos, a rich variety from which to choose. You will see zebras zipped in stripes and mischievous monkeys of all types, buzzing bees everywhere. Bears are napping without a care. If you want to learn who's who at the zoo, then Zippity Zoo is the place for you. Welcome. There are lemurs, orangutans, baboons, and monkeys swinging from branches and hanging in trees. There are elegant giraffes with long legs and necks and coats of gold with giant brown specks. The zebras are certainly delightful to see, sticking together under a tree. We have owls, ducks, flamingos, and eagles, along with peacocks looking quite regal. Lazy lions and tigers rest in the shade or head for the water to drink or to wade. Wading is like playing in the water. There are koalas and wallabies and red pandas too, munching on grass, eucalyptus, and bamboo. On warm, cozy rocks, you'll find iguanas, snakes, while alligators and turtles swim in the lakes. Polar, black, and spectacled bears, all big and furry, no matter their color of hair, sit or stand outside their lairs. Our smallest friends are the chipmunks and rabbits, groundhogs and meerkats, and their funny habits. Oh, so cute. And then there's the warthog. Well, he's quite a sight, a majestic beauty in his own right. The black rhino has a fierce reputation. With thick skin and horns, he's quite a creation. The mighty elephants end our zoo tour, beckoning visitors to come back for more. So now you know who's who at the zoo. I've enjoyed sharing Zippity with you. Such wondrous creatures, the big and the small, the furry, the slimy, let us love them all. That's the glossary with all the zoo animals we saw in the big book. And there's a list of their names and information about each zoo animal. This part of the book is called the glossary. Not all books have them, but most informational book or text would have the glossary. And that's the end of our big book. Another part of the glossary, and there's Miss Pam Schiller and Miss Rachel, the photographer, who wrote, Miss Rachel also wrote your story yesterday, The Five Little Monkeys, right? The end. That's the back cover of the book. So did you like listening to that informational book? Did you learn a lot of information about zoo animals? I hope so. So you can talk about those zoo animals again with your family or with your friends when you see your friends. Or you can talk about the zoo animals with your brother or sister. Share the information you learned from that big book. Today is the last day we're going to have that book. That's why I read the entire big book. The first 4 days we only had parts of the book read to you, right? So today you were able to listen to everything and we read all the pages. So boys and girls, I look forward to reading more books to you next week, but not about zoo animals anymore. I wonder what group of animals will we talk about next week? Getting exciting. So, boys and girls, that ends our read aloud time. And I will see you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.